Yo, what's up, guys? So we're doing a tutorial for how to play Grail. This map just came out, and I'm gonna be doing a series for all the brand new maps to see if you like haven't been playing or whatever. I've been no-lifing this shit, so I'm gonna tell you from my experience so far what works and what doesn't. I've played a couple of games, maybe like 10 now on Grail. So if you haven't played yet, here's a little guide to help you get more frags, maybe some flash assists, and we're gonna run it. Yeah, so we're in CT spawn. Let's just go over a few things. Towards B side over here, or the outside of B. I mostly play op, and then if I don't play op, I'm buying a deagle and just trying to eco frag out. But obviously, this is like your first instinct, is like to hold an angle like this when you first start playing the map, and you're kind of a noob. You know, you want to hold this angle, and maybe it works for a game or two, but that's not the best thing ever because they start to expect this, and then over here, you know, they start swinging you really fast, and like that's an easy kill. Super expected and anticipated. I would say, you know, throw in another off angle like right here. They really won't expect this, especially if they're like already pre-aiming this spot right here. This will really throw them off, and you get like a bit of a deeper angle. I think this is a better shot, but obviously your left shoulder peeking. And then I also like to play this if they're just full rushing. I play this. It's also a little bit expected, and there's also a vulnerability over here. Let me show you. This spot right here is super huge to get a free pick off of there. You have to watch out, though, because if they're aware of this, that's an easy tap for them, too. Yeah, so like I said, really easy shot for them here, but if they're not aware of it, that's like a good pick if they're just trying to hold this. And then it's like the Inferno banana. You jump on the barrels and one-tap the guy behind the wall or whatever. Maybe you want to play a little bit faster and you're not an opper. I have seen this work very well in the games we've played. Just jumping into here, you get like early rotations into mid is very good. Catches people off guard all the time into mid over here. Definitely recommend. Let's move on towards mid. I've noticed that the best play so far with mid is kind of just a rush here. And then I like to jump across here and then pre-aim this. Usually the first couple rounds, they're not really going here. Higher level, I think people will just peek this pistol round. You can also contest right here. These people love to rush this door and try and take mid control another way. And then this is very like volatile. You can you know, rotate over to B really fast just by jumping over here. Or while you're here, nothing's mid, you can start, you know, meandering towards A side over here. So I think that's the best play so far. I'm not a huge fan of Heaven up here. It's a little tricky to figure out, like, I mean, you basically have this, but if you get, like, swung from any other angle, you're kind of out in the open. I don't love it here, but it will work for when you need it. It's also super easy to rotate out here into A, but you take fall damage. I think there's a bug right now. Falling out of Heaven, you can, like, not take fall damage if you run into the water. Yeah, that's huge. It makes a lot of noise, but you don't take any fall damage, which I think is a big deal. Moving on towards A site, CT side. You're not really going to interact. I haven't yet to really have a lot of interactions in this space, to be honest. I've gotten like a couple kills here and like one kill here, but none of this has really been used, to be honest. Kind of wasted space. Maybe it'll work out eventually. Maybe higher level, whatever, but I don't really have any projected use for this right now. I mean, I see this being a thing, or maybe you try and flashlight from below, or maybe you just want to get a look at some feet. Maybe you nade. Nading is kind of harder. You can chuck nades to that little hole, which I think is interesting. I'm not a big fan of it. What I've seen work very well so far on A site is this cheeky little angle right here. I got like a Tech 9 3K from right here. That was super good. I was defending as a terrorist. This angle works really well a couple of times. That throws people off. A site's kind of tricky because there's so many little angles that you have to watch out for. This is a super hard site to retake, I feel like. Unless you have, like, supremely good, you know, teamwork, and you have a lot of people alive with some util. Otherwise, you're kind of fucked. Unless you just W key in and kill this guy, and then everyone on site kind of scatters, but I feel like once you have A site and bombs down, and you have a little bit of map control, A site's a wrap. There's always a bunch of... The A site is such, like, so ratty, bro. Little rat corners everywhere. I hate it. I hate it so much. Other stuff I wanted to share, really, was for CT side. Just playing super fast, I feel like, is the move. If you can play really fast and, like, get some space on the map and then start playing slow, I feel like CT is really easy to stab people in the back. For B side itself, I mean, like, there's so many, like, little angles to hold if they're, like, rushing in here. Otherwise, this reminds me so much of Anubis A site. Just, like, how many little micro peeks you have to do out of camera to, you know, clear space or whatever. Yeah. Not much to say about the site, to be honest, other than it's really gorgeous. I will say I've gotten a couple flash assists off this already. This is a great spot to throw flashes out of, and I think you can probably smoke heaven if you figure out the lineup. I haven't done any crazy util setups yet. But let's see where that goes. Alright, so nothing crazy. But these flashes work really well. I flashed heaven, I flashed mid a bunch of times with this and gotten flash assists already. So use that when you can. Also with flash assists, I mean just chucking like a quick little pop flash out here will always work. That's a little low, but that to be higher. Whatever. You get the point. You can make that higher. But that will flash really well. And if you're out here and you realize, hey, they're not coming B, they're rushing mid type shit, go out and chuck a flash over. Easy flash assist. I also wanted to mention, I saw this spot in a game I was playing. Kind of hard to get into and not the most practical thing, but I did witness somebody get a kill with it. Yeah, you can get up here and like this is they never see you here. This is super cringe. I saw it pay off though. A guy did get a free kill here and it was like, all right, man, if it worked for you, fucking, you know, farm or whatever. But that's something you should be aware of, I guess. This is like such a good pinch point right here. I mean, like if you can bomb A main with utility, like I feel like you just win the round, to be honest. Oh, and in regards to mid, like playing around this bridge is super huge. I feel like a majority of my kills off rip in mid we're all going to be like based around this little mid thing. And like I said, if you like playing aggressive and you're not like an opper dude, rushing out to mid and getting some cheeky little angle is the move. Like people don't really know what they're doing right now on the map, and this is just like free space you can take, and you always catch somebody off guard. Especially if they're playing alone, they're just like dropping out of heaven and doing nothing. Switching over to T side, let's talk about a few things. In regards to A site, I think it's super important you do some sort of split here, unless you're just full rushing A site. I've noticed in some games people love to just like rush mid or try and rush this door to take space. It depends on how the CTs are playing. If they're playing super aggressive, you can really like wait for a timing here if your team's rushing A and then pop out of this door and like, you know, shoot someone in the back. I would always have one lurker just chilling in here in case they push mid or they try and take space. One guy in here will, you know, take out whatever guy rotating across the map. This place right here, I don't know, I call it staff because the staff only sign outside. Super dope to take advantage of. I feel like it won me several games. And then yeah, like I said, like this angle is so poisonous right here. I got so many kills right here. You got to be super wary of that if you have smart enemies. So many little angles, but the thing with A site is it really is. This map reminds me so much of Anubis. There's usually only one or two people max like holding down A side. I feel like there's a lot of people playing on that right side of the map and in mid. And then if there's anybody on A, they're usually, I felt like, behind this box or like somewhere on site. So I mean, if you want to just throw a smoke here and try and get a smoke there, then you really only have a couple of angles. It's like you can molly back here. You'll be able to hear the sound cue, and then you just need to clear this right side. And with some teamwork, you could probably fully cover the backside and mollies and take site super fast. And then when you're defending bomb plant, like you just play like a rat, dude. Just little rat angles. Like this double up right here, one person there, one person here. This is toxic. Said if you're defending bomb plant, bro, just use this angle. It's free kills. If you're a CT trying to retake A site, also I forgot to mention earlier, this is like a silent drop right here. You make no noise. Retaking B site, just like I said, it feels like A site Anubis. You're just really peeking a lot of angles, and I don't know. I guess you could molly back here. Is like that's like the water pool on Anubis on backside A. Molly this off so they like have to come off of it, and then that's camera. You know what I mean? And then I guess you want to smoke this off. I don't know. I like to play from over here when I have bomb down, so I would probably smoke this off. Also, this is a great place if people are rushing mid and you just want to catch them off guard. They likely will not like peek this intentionally, so that's a free kill there. And then you can also like peek out, like if you have bomb down or whatever and you're trying to defend, like, and you hear them rushing site, they're not going to expect you right here, and you kill somebody there and then try and swing somebody else. Also, this is wallbangable. All of that you can kill somebody through, as well as this door back here. You can shoot through that too.
Damn.
Terrorists win.
Nice.
Counter-terrorists win. Terrorists win. Flashback. Throwing bomb. I planted the bomb.